Good day to everyone on my YouTube channel. Here I am actually in the garden. I am doing a piece of cleanup. I had just prepared my beds, as you can see. I have done a plowed up beds, flat rock beds. I've just cleaned up that area, which I'm going to be doing some plantings together with some potatoes. And the potatoes I'm going to put the potatoes for one reason, and the reason is I actually put in the potatoes so I can help with the weed. Okay, because the potatoes runs and it covers the entire bed. I'm gonna control it. I think it's a month slip. So all what I gotta do right now is I have to get the slips ready, put them down because we have just gotten some rain. I'm not sure when we're gonna get rain again, but if we do get some rain again, I looking to catch the weather so I can put down the slips. And also me cleaning up the area. Just did that section over here also. The bushes are there still. This side I've took out the bush. But I'm going to come back here, I'm going to put all the bushes in that little spot there and I'm going to burn them. Then I'm going to focus on this area over there, which I'm going to be doing a last spraying again. I'm going to buy a contact and I'm going to spray that area over there. I'm going to clean out the rest of wild bamboos I see growing back. And then I'm going to get my rake and I'm going to start to sweep back up, put everything in one spot, do last burning. And then over there I'm going to do a small field of corn. Okay, so a small field of corn. I have my planting. I got my watermelon trees, which is jelly trees. I also have a space here which I'm going to be using to do my tanias. Okay, so just from that square area here, go right there and then go back right there and come back around here. I'm going to be doing some tanias here. I think I'm going to come up here tomorrow, please the Lord, and I am going to do the holes for them. I'm just going to dig the holes, set it up, and then I'm going to look at the plants. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to be overworking myself. As you can see, I'm sweating. I actually reached up here a little bit late, but what I did, I formed up the beds. I actually formed them up, and then I regulated the trees, and then I also decided to clean the place one time. So that's what had me sweating so much, and the sun is super blazing right now. It was a little bit rainy this morning, but actually we're not kind of guaranteed on the weather right now, but the little piece of weather we got, what we do in this country, we actually work upon it. But this is not a problem for me because I actually got two little water. I got a small river and I got a ravine. So water is not a problem when it comes to me doing any vegetation on this piece of garden. I have no problem with the water. I got my pumps so I can set up my lines and then I can come up here and do my wetting and so on. Okay. So here is a place I plan to do the real estate project. I'm in the rounding up stage right now, so that's why I'm doing the cleaning up right now. So I'm going to clean up, plan down all what I need to plan down. I want it to be a vegetative kind of off the grid kind of thing. So if you come, you can get a little bit of rose planting and stuff like that. So I want to make it comfortable in case you come. You may want some planting, you can have it bought. You want some potatoes, you can have it bought. You want to leave, go back with some tanias, you can have it bought. You want to make a log in your little grid. I'm going to try to put everything here as good as possible for the persons coming out here to do the camping. They can have at least a little bit of jelly. I might not even charge for the jelly, but actually you can just have a few jelly whenever it's ready. And the time maybe you come, you're lucky to get fruits from what had been labored. So I want to make it a very nice place for persons who actually coming out to actually find that perfect spot. And if I'm give you a moment of silence, so that's how beautiful up here is. It's really quiet. It's for persons who really love their space and love their alone time. I recommend that spot here. I even wanted to build my house here, but I don't got the road actually in full swing as yet because the persons who actually has the land, I may need to see them for them to tell me how much allow feet is the road. So if I have to actually do anything, then I have to know what's the real road, because there is two tracks there, and I would like to know which one is the real road. So if I have to do a driveway, it's not going to be it's not going to be a problem. Sorry, it could be possible because the road is not too far from there. When it comes to the river section, I'm trying my best to do a nice little chill spot where someone can actually come and have a nice place where you can just sit and just enjoy that cold water. So I'm still in the process of it. It's not a problem. I do have another suggestion which I can use to actually do a small pool down there, right? It's going to be a continuous pool because I'm just going to let go back the water straight back down to the little ravine. And I'm going to be doing small bit of vegetations. Um, I'm going to be doing a bit of corns. I'll go to the bamboo area. Corn and pumpkins. I think I should have some pumpkins, so I can do corn and pumpkins over there. And then for the rest of the area, I just got to clean it up nice. I got to do a last more spraying, get the edges, which I did, came down here, make the edges look beautiful. And then afterwards, I have the last more thing to do is to put up the rest room area. And then I can start having the place for listing. Okay, so that's my last project. Even though I consider this as my last project, but I don't see it as a threat, because I actually did the most important thing by burning off all the bamboos around this. And as you can see, the ground is very black. I had some bamboo which was actually trying to regrow right there. I couldn't even pull them off, so I catch the fire and blaze go all the way over there. So the last piece of thing I have to tackle is this piece of dry bamboos you see in the bundle there. I got a lot of dry bamboos in there. I wanted to light it, but actually the sun here is really hot. I had to control the fire. This is why the fire had stopped there and it hadn't burned anymore. Because if he had just reached to that point over there, I might have to be paid for this whole big nutmeg tree that you're seeing there. So I don't want to destroy anybody else's things. I don't mind. Mine had been destroyed, okay, by the fire. I'm hoping that the tree don't die, you know. There's a few green leaves there still. I'm hoping that it don't die, but the fire was real bad. As you can see, it actually gave the tree a real hard blow. And it's bamboo again, and the bamboo creates really heat. So I'm gonna try my best and try giving it some watering. I'm gonna try my best to come up here every day, take one bucket of water and try to put in the stool, because the way the ground is, I guess as much most of the roots may have got burned from below for the heat, and I'll dry it up. So I'm gonna try my best to get it back, because this is a beautification for what I'm doing here. And I really love that tree standing there. It's a very good tree. It's been there for years, and there is green structure from it, so I don't believe it's gonna die. So I'm just gonna continue wetting the top and continue leaving it so that it can recuperate itself. I had planted some new, not new, but I put on, well, just recently put on some other watermelon trees, which I'm gonna fence off my garden. And I still decided to plan to actually get some more, so I can have at every little spot, okay? So I'm gonna try, when I get rid of this bamboos there and I burn, I'm gonna try my best to put a few, with one there, one over there, one go up to the alignment. I want to have enough watermelon trees as possible, because what happens, they catch a disease, not really a disease, but a beetle, which actually eat them from the heart, and you lose a lot of trees. So in this country, it's just like people say farming is a risk and stuff like that, but I believe it's how you take care of your trees. Um, there is things you can use to prevent the beetles from getting there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna labor in vain. I'm gonna make sure that I get the repellents to put on the trees so that I can have my trees lasting and not dying out. Okay, the one on top I died out because there was a big tree and I took it out, and I planted it in the dry season, and all the water does not fall regular as possible. But I do have another tree which I'm going to replace it with, so that's not going to be a problem. And then, so I had planned to work the garden from here, this area, and I'm going to be going across this area. So I stopped there. So as I said, when I do the piece of contact spraying, I'm going to do it real strong, so that when I put down the spraying, the bush is going to die like in 3 days, 2 days time. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come with my rake. I'm going to rake from on top there, and I'm going to clean the area and bring all the stuff back down to this little piece of stool there. And then I can start doing my holes, getting my seeds, and planting up my corn on this section. So within the corn section, I will do have to get a remedy, which I'm going to be having to use to actually wet my corns, because the area is far where I live to here. It's not far like a mile or anything. It's far to me. Um, if I have to do it like this, then I have to come up here and I have to drop the water. But I'm not going to be doing this, because what I believe, I am going to use my pump. Since I'm going to be doing long-term vegetation, this will not be a problem for me. Okay, so I'm going to run my pipes within. I'm going to run one row of pipe here, go right up. I'm going to bring up my black tank. I got a big black tank. I'm going to seal it up. I'm going to bring it up to store water for anybody who wants to wash hands and stuff. I want to put a black tank up there with water in it, and I don't want the water to get too hot. Well, it's not going to be a drinking water. It's going to be just a useful water to wash stuff. So, and also, it's going to be a water for whenever I use for my section, which I'm going to be doing with the toilet section. So, I'm going to get. I have lines home. This is not a problem. I got my lines home. So what is happening? The dry season is actually trying to kill me. Um, now I'm actually pressuring my business section, because I had the lines home to run a water from up to my home, up to this river here to belong to my home. But actually, here calls for it because I want to do the corn. And what happens, I want to make sure I have something that I can start up. So when the corn start developing by the restaurant, I can sell the corn together with the barbecue and all this stuff like that. Instead of I have to go buying corn from persons and selling it over, which is really good. You still make a very good profit from it, but actually, it's better if I grow it my own. Then I know I have a responsibility here to deal with, and I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna make sure that I focus on here. Okay. So as you can see, I worked very hard on the bamboo stool. I get rid of the first one, and now I'm actually get rid of the second one already. I don't consider my job unfinished, even if like there is a few stools that are trying to grow back. I still consider my job done, because what I'm going to be doing is 4 tires, all these dry ones back in the stool, and one blaze, and then I have this under control. So I see no thread there. This is already over. So this is it for today. What I'm going to be doing now, I have a lot of tasks to do today. Um, I may have to come up this afternoon to my other piece of garden where I have the goats. I had a slight change. So I'm going to tell you a little running of the slight change. The slight change comes in by the land I have over there is maybe actually an acre and a quarter, I guess as much. I got a partner with me who's going to team up with me, and we're doing some serious farming right now. He's a good farmer himself. We decided to do a collaboration with partnership in farming, and I have no problem, because he told me that his lands are actually out of use and stuff like that. So I have no problem with anyone trying to help me and try to get something for themselves. This is not something that I'm going to try to actually hold to my dearest heart and try to say no one else should prosper in life. If you're thinking so, then you're just doing it wrong, and you're not going to see no way in life that you can actually move up. So me and him is going to be doing that big piece of farming over there. It's going to be something like this, more long term: potatoes, plantains, figs, and tanias. And then my animals, I have recently got a piece of land again to the mountainside, right? It's like 3 acres of land. Got it from one of my aunts. She decided that she saw me with the animals, and because of the season gets really dread here, she told me that I should go up there and use up the piece of garden. So I have my granduncle, my mom's uncle by my mom's side, granduncle, and he is gonna show me the garden, and I'm gonna start doing the process there. So there's a little nutmeg in it. I'm gonna pick up the nutmeg, give it to my granduncle. He's gonna sell it. Whatever little $30, $40 I get from that, I'm gonna just use that money to buy manuals to actually sustain my gardens, and then I'm going to have my animals up there. So all my animals are going to be based one place. I got some rope home. I think I'm going to have to lengthen the rope for my animals. So what I'm going to be doing, in every 2 days, I'm going to actually go up to the mountain, change my animals. Okay? 3 acres of land, and I don't think they can eat on that in a month. Because outside it's hot, I'm going to minimize the food, because that's what I was doing for the first garden, and I'm doing it for the second garden. So That's just a slight change, but still it's a change with benefits. So the piece of garden which I'm getting up to the mountainside, I think I did show in one of my videos higher up. I point somewhere higher up that it's somewhere up there. So it's a lot of work, a lot of responsibilities to start handling, to get done. But actually, I have God in the beginning and He in the ending. So I think if I have the strength and He gave me the strength, I can come and do my job. I can get it done. And if I see someone else trying to make their way up and they want a little help in some form, as long as you're not disrespectful to me, as long as you're nice to me, as long as you're willing to actually get something done for yourself, I have no problem with giving anybody a piece of garden or a little hold on or a little help to start something. I'm not going to try to deprive anybody. But the whole thing in this world is if you respect people, people is going to respect you. If you disrespect people, people are going to disrespect you. I don't live that life, but if someone disrespect me, I just play it cool, you know. I have nothing to waste my time on, waste my life on. But all what I know is I gotta work, I got a future to build, and I got a little home to live in soon. And then I would like to actually have a day in my life when I could say, okay, no more to the hard work. I can employ someone and I can take a week, go on a vacation, you know. So I believe that's the way young people should see life. You work, you put aside a little something, you don't touch it. You have a little something in your hand for spending, you use it wisely. And later in life, you may have families, you have to take care of that family, and you want to show them a better trend. Sometimes the road you walk, you don't want them to walk that road, so you have to put yourself and brace yourself to do it really, really good so that they can have the best life you want them to have. So that's it for here. I going to check my animals, and then I have to check my other animal. But I believe I'm gonna check one this afternoon because I have to bring up a little housing. I have a big tank. I want to turn it down. I want to bring it up, cut a hole so my sheep can go in there whenever the rain is falling because it's actually full right now, meaning it's pregnant. So I don't want it to lose by the coolness of the weather from the rain, and it gets the cold and it snows, and then boom, I lost it. So I want to work on that this afternoon. So when I'm gonna change it, this afternoon, I'm gonna actually work with the tank. So wherever I'm gonna tie her, I'm gonna bring the tank there so she can actually get a rest, a good night rest. So I'm gonna leave you guys right now, and I'm so happy that everyone who actually is watching my channel, and you can feel free to share it if you want to. I said the subscription is actually not really my thing much, but if you see it helpful and you want to do it, it's okay. And also, you can recommend it to other persons, and you can comment for videos that you would like for me to post. And sooner or later, I'm going to turn that vegetation here into one of the best vegetation you may ever see in your life. Okay? Because I got the water, I got the plants, which is the planting plants and stuff, and I got the little funding to start it. So as long as I got the funding to start it, I'm gonna start it, get it going, and then later in life, I wouldn't have to work that hard to mind myself. And if for adventure I have a piece of family, not piece of family, sorry, but adventure I have a family, then I can help show them the roots, give them what I have, and let it actually be even better than me. You know, ways, discipline, work, you know, everything. So I'm gonna be running right now. I think my time is whoa, my time is about 1:25. Wow. So I did a big piece of work today, and I believe I'm satisfied with it. So one last look at the garden. If you only know how this garden was, and if you see the other one and you know how it was again, you're gonna surprise. And it's actually me. Not most of the time me alone, but most of the time me alone. Hardly every time it's me and other persons. And if the other persons come, I don't get the help that I should get. But still, I know that's my responsibility, so I'm not gonna make that a problem. I'm gonna do what I have to do the amount I could do. And there is always another day to finish. So don't pressure yourself in anything. If you're looking to do any business, don't pressure yourself. If it's you alone, take your time, do your stuff bit by bit until actually you can hit it. So I'm going, and see you in the next video.